What's good, everybody? Bofa back another day, and we're bringing the new heroes, the new patch. Today we have Guff. Guff, a hero that is really good at one thing. Really one-dimensional, but really good at one thing, and that is throwing stats at the board. And Guff's our new Daryl. He's our new hero that when things go wrong, you can always dance. And in the case of when things go wrong, for Guff, it's not that you always dance, it's that you always just put minions of each tavern tier on the board and push your button. Just like Wagtoggle did before, when it was, a +2/1 buff. Guff's here to do it now. Turns out when you are capable of putting nearly anything you want on the board, that's pretty flexible. And that can do a lot in these scenarios where you can take tier 2 type of comps and turn them into very easy positive points. Not normally a top #1 type of line, but very consistent for taking easy positive points. All right, enjoy. So next turn we just roll for a 2-star. If we don't get a token, I honestly think this hero is very token reliant. If you can get a token on turn 1, then you level to 3 on 3 and you just buy a 2 or 3-star and like a 2-star eventually, and you push the button on turn 5 and every turn after that, seems decent. Otherwise, I think you're just kind of an awkward curve. You're gonna do something like roll by a 2-star next turn, hero power, and then the following turn you either level to 3 hero power or you just double buy again. And you just leverage the fact that you have a little bit of extra stats and are basically Kael'thas through the early game from the just pushing the button. All right, this is pretty good. We're gonna hit something. Now, given we're gonna push this button, and that means we get nice stuff here, and that pretty much means that we're just gonna level hero power next turn, because we have 2 semi-permanent minions in a Tough Tusk and a Micro Mummy. And then the following turn we can double buy hero power. Like it's awkward, but it's, it's better than what else was offered. Like a vanilla hero wouldn't have this flexibility, right? A vanilla hero that doesn't have a hero power that affects these turns would look at that board and go, all right, we're going to buy, sell the Blood Gem. And then buy the Tough Tusk. The difference here is that we got a 2/1 buff on 2 minions instead of a 1/1 buff on the Tough Tusk and a Divine Shield for the turn. good play, not expecting good things from Bob is generally correct. Yeah, I mean, I just adapted at the last second, but I should have been able to look at that one. It was really that's one of those consequences of streaming type of things, where there's one interesting thing to talk about that turn, and I was always going to do that with the cycling of the elemental. But the only thing to really discuss is whether or not you cycle for 2 gold a 1/1 buff in the form of the elemental and look at what the, you know, the triple or the generate elemental was, or whether you use the double rolls. And generally, you know, I hate rolling. Rolling sucks. But in this scenario, we already have 1 through 4 stars. We're trying to go to 5 next turn. We were pretty good in terms of like what was on the board. And I left myself very little time to go, oh my god, yeah, Cyclone, get it on the board first, keep it as the only 3-star, push the button, then drop Thorncaller. If I wasn't streaming, I wouldn't have spent nearly that long talking about it, right? Or thinking about it. We've been like, yeah, that's just better. Look at our beautiful 3/3 a turn scaling. Oh, so good. How long does Domo stay? Until we find something better. Cop-out answer? Yep. How long will it take to find something better? Probably not long. Probably this turn. It's always hard to figure out. Yo, Zorg! Zorgo Hearthstone. What's up, man? How you enjoying the new patch? Did you play any yet? I saw you were streaming this morning, but, you know, kind of was swamped. Alright, well, we're just gonna take this shit. Not bad. We're just a bad Light Fang build right now. That's how I like to play my game. Bad Light Fang build, let's go. Alright, we could sell here. We could even cycle this elemental through and keep us on the board for a turn. Or we can just be through this. I would love to have an Argus. Agamagan seems a little bit far to be viable. The extra blood gem is not that good. We could just sell the banner boar as well. I think that's what I'm gonna do, actually. Feels a little weird to sell it for no value, but it is still a 1/1 buff, and we're not going to get the keep the Major Domo next turn, so we're just kind of throwing it into the fire. Dude, that breakpoint was so important too. Feels good to be rewarded, but you know, that breakpoint was nuts. If we didn't have the extra damage there, like, we lose that. No brand freeze? Nah. Brand is so hard to use at all in this meta. Like, what are we planning on doing with Bran? We didn't get a blood gem, by the way. Which is really important. Like, in these type of situations, a lot of people go for, we'll call them scaling lines by taking Bran and shit. I'm almost always an advocate for not scaling at this point and just playing absolute 100% tempo on the board, because you're not going to catch anybody in this meta. You're just not. Anybody that's high rolling at all right now is just not a viable thing to compete with. So if that's the case, then what is your upside of taking scaling? You get stronger on turns that don't matter, and you get weaker on the turns that do matter. Guess it's just Genie. Angor is a 4/8, and we have a Sneeds too. We put it in position 1. It's probably just better. So actually a 6/9. Too bad we didn't get this. We needed a blood gem that turn pretty badly. Yeah, it's a playstyle difference for sure that I see let's say I differ from other people. That's all I'm really saying, is that a lot of times when we get in these positions, other people will still elect to try to play for first, and I will elect to preserve really hard. Not the hit. Not the hit either. Not the hit. And I will go 100% tempo. Because I don't think we have any world where we really catch up with like a brand or something. Yeah, I'm not taking this blood gem. It's way too expensive. We need a bumper anyway. This is probably okay. As weird as that sounds, we're not switching into light thing stuff. We're just taking it because we need the bumper, and it's a decent minion to have on the board. I love our garbage board. So fun. How about Selfless at this point? It's probably worth freezing. Dad Argus though? Yeah, we're selling this most likely. Argus is also debatable. I don't know. We're pivoting for exact power every single turn at this point. I like our bumpers. I wish they would go in a direction that mattered. I mean, of results, this one's probably pretty decent, honestly. We'll say this. This game feels different, right? We say it all the time, like, give me games that feel different. Give me games that feel like I'm making decisions that matter. And, yeah, this definitely feels different. I mean, we could have high rolled about 25 times by now. Only mechs is cleave. I don't, and this is not really that important for our strat. Oh man. So we do something like this. What a weird one. What a weird game. It's always weird also buffing taunts because they tend to get value traded more than not taunts, but this is already at 41 as a break point, and that seems unlikely to matter. It's cool. Ya bastard. Leave me alone. You and your fucking goal. I mean, Bob. Like, chill, Bob. Did you freeze for Argus? Yeah, I did. At this point, this is what we're doing. We're just putting absolute max stats on board. Oh my god. Now the weak spot's Harbinger. I guess the weak spot's this. Man, imagine getting a module at any point in this game. I'm still gonna max out stats, right? Reminding myself what star everything is. This doesn't really do much against Zap, but you know. It's the thought that counts. Apparently text-to-speech not working today. Wasn't it 3 months, like 2 days ago? What's up, Logic? And I have no idea, but probably. Probably. All right. 1 death rattle. Too bad we didn't get a second mech off of the Z death rattle. Say goodnight. We got him too. Scam comp. You remember when we were talking yesterday about having a Kangors on the board? Somebody made a statement that I haven't seen a Kangors on your board in like in forever. 2 in a row. This is what we're talking about. Like the scam comp with Sneeds still works. Yeah, we took a very precarious game and took it to the top 2. Took it to the bridge. We look for Golden Sulfur, right? Like, module's cool. Probably cool enough. Now there's a world we don't die here. Or he doesn't die here. If that's the case, then we want Golden Sneeds as like our win condition. You hit Golden Sneeds here, we actually have a way to win this game. I see Gart back debating the Kangor versus the mech. Not with the Baron. Not with the Baron. Once you have the Baron on the board, because you're incentivized to do it with the Selfless Hero, having Kangors and Sneeds is 2 death rattles off of Sneeds here, and then you get 2 Sneeds back off of Kangors, which is 2 death rattles again, optimistically. It's just too much. Just too much, man. Now, sure, we're probably not getting past this. I know. Too bad. Agam, Flat Tuss, etc., etc. But Bran wasn't going to help us there. Like, realistically, in this game, Bran doesn't do shit. He had the Zap, which is pretty awesome for us considering Baron lived because of the extra death rattles. Or left. Okay, there's a chance. Let's see it. The fact that no beasts are in as well is kind of critical failure. Because you can't get my Exnas off of these. There was a way for us not to die, probably. But realistically, that was about as well as that was going to go. Golden Sneed win condition? I mean, it's just a tempo board. It's a way to pivot even further tempo from where you are. And look, we're 12k. Perfectly balanced. That wasn't a bad game by any means. We were able to get a lot of value off our hero power. And we took a game where this is why I think this hero is a little bit viable. Is that we took a game where we really didn't have direction and turned it into a pseudo menagerie because we just pushed our button every turn for effectively light fang scaling. And then just play good minions around it. Like, we had a Harbinger on the board without a taunt for like 8 turns, right? Or 6 turns after we bought it. And then we just pivoted in the scam comp. And unfortunately we didn't, you know,